It's been a rough week for Premier League managers. First Lopetegui gets sacked from West Ham and now the Toffees have sacked Daichi.
Oh, for God's sake, I can't honestly.
But I think this one's a bit unfair. Last month he got 3 draws against the 3 top teams in the Premier League. That isn't easy. So today, I'm not becoming the new manager. Instead, I'm letting the special one do that as he's favourite to become the Toffees' new gaffer. And if anybody has the knowledge and experience to turn it around for Everton, it is him. I mean, after all, he won Porto the Champions League back in the day. So hopefully he can do that very same thing for the Toffees. But guys, even for Jose Mourinho, this won't be easy because we joined Everton on the 10th of December. At this point, they were 15th in the league. There's a couple of injuries we've got to deal with. A lot of players' contracts are running out, and we've got a stupid loan situation as well. Not to mention just how bad Everton have been in front of goal this season. I mean, Dwight Maneil's only got 3 goals and 3 assists in 14 games. I mean, all 4 of our strikers combined have got 4 goal contributions this season. That is absolutely horrendous. Guys, this team is ass. Now, in terms of Mourinho actually getting the Everton job, nothing's set in stone quite yet, at least at the time of recording this video. But today, we're gonna pretend like Jose got the job, which means for today's video, there's a couple of rules. Because as we all know, Mourinho loves a reunion with his former players. We will only be signing players from former clubs that Mourinho's managed. However, it's not gonna be that simple. Because if it was, we'd just be turning Everton into Real Madrid and we'd call it a day there. Instead, it'll work like this, because as you can see on my left, these are all the clubs that Mourinho has managed so far in his managerial career. And right now we're at Everton with level 1, which means that we can sign players from Porto, Benfica and Fenerbahce. However, if we want to be able to sign players from United and Roma, we must get a top 10 finish with Everton. And if we want to sign players from Inter or the bottle jobs, we've got to qualify for a European competition. That could be the Conference League, Europa, or of course the UCL. And finally, if we want to be able to sign players from Chelsea or Real Madrid, we've got to reach the Champions League quarter-finals. However, as you can see, we've got to wait at least 3 or 4 weeks before we have to worry about this. So instead, let's worry on focusing on this team, getting their tactics sorted so we can take a step in the right direction and making the Toffees the best team in the world. So I've been thinking about this, guys, and I want to change the formation to the 4-4-1-1. I want to play a counter-attacking build-up style, and I want to play a very deep line. I mean, out of the bottom half, guys, Everton have actually conceded the least amount of goals, and I think playing like this will help keep it that way. As for when we're on the ball, it's going to be very standard. A front 4, we got a box-to-box and a deep line playmaker, 2 fullbacks. We really are trying to play standard football here. And after messing around with it, I think this is our strongest team by a mile, and I'll be real with you lot, that does not fill me with confidence. Don't get me wrong, there are some players I'm happy we've got in the team, like Dwight McNeil, like Jared Branthwaite, like Jordan Pickford. I mean, if it wasn't for Pickford, Everton would have been relegated a couple of seasons ago now. But those 3 simply aren't enough to carry this Everton side, guys. Come January, we seriously need to make some changes. However, we have 36 million in our budget only to make those changes, guys. So come January, we might be offloading a fair few players if we're able to. Saying that though, our depth is absolutely terrible, so maybe we are going to be stuck with the 36 million. Oh my god, it's one thing after another. I tell you what, come January, the special one needs to work his magic on this team because they well and truly need it. And here we are, guys, the January window is open and we have actually managed to make 3 sales, which I definitely feel like makes sense. I'm also in the process of learning these 3 out. I mean, they're all young and getting game time away from this club, they'll come back a better player. But regardless, guys, from those 3 sales alone, we've got just under 50 mil in our budget. And throwing that money at this team, I'm pretty sure we can turn things around for the Toffees. However, guys, remember, until we get a top 10 finish with the Toffees, we can only sign players from Fenerbahce, Benfica and Porto. And the first player that Mourinho's going to sign, guys, is Martin Fernandes from Porto, 18, 73 overall, an exciting prospect. Granted, he's not that good right now, but in a year or two's time, he could potentially become one of Everton's best players. And guys, he was unbelievably cheap. We only had to spend 6.5 mil to sign him on a 5-year deal. I know that right now he's the weakest link in the team, but long term, this is going to be a fantastic decision. As we'll be signing Karim Aktogoglu from Benfica, mid-20s, 79 overall, 4-star skill moves with great pace, decent shooting, passing and dribbling. And considering our current right midfielders on loan to us, it makes all the sense in the world to sign Aktogoglu. So that's exactly what we did for 19.3 million. We even got a B grade on that deal. He's not the special one for no reason, is he?
I think I'm a special one.
Now, this does leave us 21 million to spend, and there's one more thing I want to do, and that's to replace Tarkowski. I know he's the captain, but he's 32. We're not going to get much more out of him. And instead of doing him the disservice and letting him join Arsenal, I'm instead going to try and include him in a player swap deal for Thomas Araujo from Benfica. Only 22, 77 rated, and as you can see from them stats, he looks fantastic. So I'm offering 16.5 mil with Tarkowski as part of this deal. If they don't go for this, I don't know what they will go for. I'm hoping they do anyway, because we won't be able to afford him. Mourinho's got it done in the end. And with the signing of Thomas Araujo, that officially wraps up our transfer window. However, behind the scenes, I think I've been cooking. I've been training Decore to become a centre mid. I'm thinking he goes up in rating. Yes, he does. 76. Lovely stuff. Dwight McNeil's also converted to a cam. Let's see what happens. Absolutely nothing. Well, I'd be lying if I said that isn't disappointing. But now that we've done that, guys, there's literally nothing more we can do, which means for the rest of the season, this is how we are lined up. And I'll be real, I still don't think this team's going to do well. We've got a long way to go yet. I mean, after 19 games, we're still 15th, 7 points outside the top 10, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to make signings from United or Roma anytime soon. But football is indeed a crazy game after all, guys. We should never say never. So we've simulated to July, and we've actually done pretty well, guys. We are 14th in the Premier League. I mean, we're a solid 9 points outside the top 10, but we were never expected to get that in Season 1. We, however, had a smashing FA Cup run. We made it to the semis before Liverpool only knocked us out on pens. Bloody hell, fair play, Jose. As for the team itself, guys, you really can't complain. The signs of improvement, people are sharp, people are happy. It's a step in the right direction. And as for the stats, guys, Beto, McNeil, and Actacoglu really showed up in the end, especially Beto. 23 goal contributions in 39 games. Considering when Mourinho took charge, he only scored 1. That's a decent recovery. However, guys, because we finished 14th, next season we can still only sign players from Benfica, Porto, and Fenerbahce. And I'm really hoping the board back us in Season 2, because I'm gunning for better midfielders, maybe a better left midfielder too. Just players that in general will really improve this team and help us to get a top 10 finish. So here we go, guys. Season 2 with the Toffees, and we've only got 43 mil in our budget. I mean, that is decent, but not exactly what I was hoping for. Because ideally, I wanted 2 midfielders and a new left midfielder this year, but it looks like from 3 transfers, we've gone down to 2 only. To be fair, though, I'm saying that it all depends on what these 3 teams have actually got to give us, man, because if they've got nobody, I can't really spend the money on those positions. But Christ, I'm looking at Fenerbahce's team, and who remembers Emre Mor? I remember him being like a wonder kid back in FIFA 13. I mean, what the hell happened to him? They do also have Fred, but he's 32 years old and worth 20.5 million. I just can't justify that amount of money for someone who's going to go down in rating in a year. And Benfica have got a centre mid that would be perfect, but we just can't afford him. Orkin Coxu, 24, 84 rated, but 44 million, man. They do also have Florentino, but he's a CDM. I don't know how long it'll take him to become a centre mid. But they do have Leandro Barreiro, who's only 25, 78 overall. I mean, he's decently well-rounded, not the best, but certainly not the worst. I also don't think we'll get anybody better than him for his price tag, which is why I've signed him on a 5-year deal for 17 million. And to be fair, guys, I think I'm right in saying that, because Porto have got a CDM called Stefan Estaquio, who is decent, but I don't know how long it'll take to convert into a centre mid. There's also Nico Gonzalez, who again would be brilliant, but he's a CDM. And there's Alan Varela, who's a CDM too. But at the same time, guys, Porto have thrown me a lifeline for a different position, because Wenderson Gelano is 27, 80 overall, his contract's expiring. He's absolutely rapid, good on his feet with decent shooting and passing, and he's worth a max of 20 million. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our left midfielder. And that means it's curtains for this transfer window after spending 16.1 mil to sign him on a 4-year deal. And you know what? I think we've done a good job in that window too. I wanted a centre mid and a signed one, and I wanted a left midfielder and a signed one of those as well. And it has to be said, with those additions to the team, we are looking much stronger going into Season 2. Don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting them to get a top 10 finish, but one thing I'm expecting is a lot of improvement. As you can see, the average age of our best players is mid-20s at best, which means there's serious amount of room for improvement. And if that actually happens, this team sets itself up perfectly for Season 3, where we can push for top 10 or maybe even jump that and go straight to top 6 football instead. But I'll be real, when you look at these stats, guys, something tells me we might have just done a bit better than I thought we would. I mean, Beto got 23 and 41, Actacoglu got 26 and 42, 18 and 42 for Dwight McNeil. That, guys, is promising. promising. And on paper, the team looks even better. I mean, there's only a couple of players now, not 80 overall. We might have actually done it in Season 2. And we are top 10 in Season 2. Ladies and gents, we've taken the Toffees to the next level. And that means from Season 3 onwards, we can now officially sign players from United and Roma as well. That is nothing short of fantastic. And we're only 8 points outside the top 6, so we're not far away from that too. No FA Cup though, and no Carabao Cup. But honestly, I couldn't care less. Because if the board back us next year, we can definitely get this Everton side top 6 football, and on top of that, European football too. And I'll be real, I think this video deserves a like for that achievement on its own. So if you are enjoying this video with Everton and want to see more content like this, drop it a big old thumbs up, get it to 1.5 thousand likes, and smash that subscribe button if you're new as well. Now guys, we've just arrived in Season 3 and the board have let us down and then some. We've only got 50 million to spend. They're expecting us to work with scraps.
I have nothing to say. I'm so sorry, I have nothing to say.
I mean, this team is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not good enough to get top 6 football. We need more investment to make that happen. So I'm going to try to take matters into my own hands, guys. I'm putting all 3 of these players on the transfer list. Now, I'm aware I won't get much for all these players, but these are the only players that I can put on the transfer list without really jeopardising our depth. But hopefully, once all 3 players have gone and sold, we'll have more than 50 mil in the budget. And guys, after a solid month of trying to sell all 3, we only managed to sell Ndiaye and Keane. But to be fair, Ndiaye was the one I wanted to really sell anyway. Because now we have 74 mil to spend, and that we can definitely work with. As for where I'm going to try and invest that money into this team, honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm just going to scout all 5 teams, see what they've got to offer, and then go from there. Now guys, I'll be honest, I'm going through United's team, and there's nobody that I can justify really signing. I mean, the only one I really would sign is Orkin Koksu, but I really don't want to blow all of my money on one player. But Roma, on the other hand, have a decent couple of players like Eduardo, both mid-20s, 80 rated, very well balanced too. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, him and Mourinho have a great relationship in real life. So I took the liberty of reuniting them at Everton for the amount of 23.3 million. However, we're not quite finished yet because I want to sign Matthias Süle as well. He's fantastic on his feet, as you can see, just needs a bit of pace and he'll be spot on. But he's worth between 51 and 64.4 mil, so if we are to make this deal happen, we're going to have to throw a player into this. So I'm offering Wenderson Gallardo alongside 37 mil. I know that's a bit over the actual price, but I don't want to take any chances. And thankfully, it has worked. Matthias Süle is now a toffee. And there he is in the Everton shirt. Guys, I feel like we've just made our first game-changing signing, as the team now looks like this going into our 3rd season with Everton. And it's safe to say it's the strongest it's been so far. I mean, we've got Süle, McNeil's coming good, Actogoglu's coming good, Branthwaite too. Everything's slowly coming together. And if we can get Everton a top 6 finish this season, going forward, we are going to revolutionise the Toffees. However, guys, we failed, and we failed miserably. We are 9th this time, but a solid 13 points outside the top 6. Man, Mourinho's got a bit more work to do. There's also still no FA Cup and no Carabao Cup, and we dropped a stinker in this competition. And to be honest, when you look at this team, guys, whilst it is definitely the best it's ever been, I can understand why we're not getting top 6 football, because there's too many mediocre players in this squad. The likes of Barrero, Beto, James Garner, Michaelenko. No offence, guys, but they just are. But obviously, in Season 4, we still can't sign any Spurs or Inter Milan players because we haven't yet reached the top 6. But the thing is, guys, we need investment from the board, because without it, there's no way this team is getting top 6 football. And you know what, guys? To their credit, in Season 4, they've actually dipped their hand in their pocket. We've got 63 mil to spend now. However, I still don't think it's going to be enough to get this Everton side top 6 football. So I'm putting Thomas Araujo and James Garner up for transfer. And both of these players are worth a fair bit, so if we sell both of them, we'll have close to 100 mil to spend. And trust me, that didn't take long. Dortmund wanted Garner, Bayern wanted Araujo, and I think we've got over 100 mil now. We've actually got a fair bit more than that, guys. 120 mil to be exact. We have to finish inside the top 6 now. And when you look at the team, guys, it's pretty obvious where we're going to put that money. And trust me, I'm not wasting any time. Because I found Evan Ndeke, who plays for Roma, 27, 83 rated. And as you can see from his stats, he's an absolute powerhouse. Plus, with his contract expiring, we're going to get a much cheaper deal. And because we've got 120 million, we can finally afford Orkin Koksu. And all you got to do is take a look at his stats to realise just how game-changing this signing is going to be. And just just like that, for 83 mil combined, we signed a world-class midfielder and a quality centre-back. And that leaves us 27 million, guys. That's a lot of money to not use, especially when this team's striving for top 6 football. So I'm thinking we replace Markolenko. He's 28, 81 overall, and the weakest link in the team. So I've just signed Marco Cucurella for 20 mil alongside Markolenko. He's a fantastic left back, plus he's now played for 2 former clubs of Jose, so it kind of works out. And that is our transfer window wrapped up, but the business we've done is insane. Just look at the 3 players we brought into the club. And on paper, guys, the team this year looks absolutely fantastic. We've got to be in the running for a top 6 finish this year, surely. I mean, granted, we could do with a stronger striker than Beto, but one way or another, we'll sort this out next year. But I really am hoping that these 3 signings are enough for a top 6 finish, because if they aren't, I don't know who we can bring into the club that will be enough. So he's simulated to the end of the season, and I'll be real, these stats aren't filling me with confidence. Actacoglu is the only player that actually turned up. But on paper, you can't pick a fault with the team. I really don't know whether we've done it or not. But we've done it. We scraped the top 6 by 1 point. We finally got European football. And that means that Everton can finally sign ball job players and Inter Milan players. I'm buzzing with this, guys, but after next season, the goal has to be Champions League football. As for the FA Cup, Jose's former club and Chelsea knock us out. And Peterborough knock us out in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, that's not good. However, next year, if I'm right, we will be in the Europa League, and I like our chances of doing well in this competition, especially if Villarreal and Benfica were in the final. If they can get there, we definitely can. I mean, we'll definitely need more investment in this team to make it happen, guys, but with what we've achieved this year, I'm pretty certain next season they'll dip their hands in their pockets. And that's exactly what they've done. We've got 88 million to spend, and there's only one place I want to put that money. I want a stronger striker than Beto, guys. He's done an amazing job since season 1, but now that we're playing European football, we need someone more clinical. And guys, I've been through all 7 teams. I've been through them thoroughly, and Hugo Ekitike from Inter Milan is by far the best striker. He looks like a powerhouse of a striker, and only 26 as well, which means he's got tons of room for improvement. And it shouldn't come as a surprise he's our most expensive signing yet, as we've just spent 65 mil to secure him on a 5-year deal. And looking at the team now, it's basically complete. I mean, there is a reason I only wanted a striker, because that's all we needed. And don't forget, guys, we finished top 6 last year, which means we've got Europa League football this time. And you better believe I want to win it, because the sooner we get this team into the Champions League, the sooner we can try and get to the quarters, which means we can get Chelsea and Real Madrid players into this team next. So we sim to the end of another season, and we are second in the league. Ladies and gents, we've got UCL football next year, and we weren't far off winning it, guys. We were only 2 points behind Liverpool. Oh, we'd have actually won it as well, guys. We got better goal difference. Second place this year, though. First place next. Still no FA Cup, though, and no Carabao Cup. But in Europe, we are through to the knockouts after finishing 17th in the league phase. And that's where we battered Sparta Rotterdam, we beat Jose's former club Roma, we beat Newcastle, but Fenerbahce knocked us out in the semis. Oh, that's ironic, his former club knocked us out. But we have to look at the bigger picture, guys. This Everton side have got Champions League football. And when you look at what our players did this year, I'm really not surprised. 60 goal contributions for Matthias Sula, 26 and 11 for Actacoglu as well. That is a joke. And you know what, guys? Even though we still can't sign any Chelsea or Madrid players, I still fancy our chances winning the Champions League. We just need the board to invest in us once again, and we'll be halfway there. And thankfully, as we enter Season 6 with the Toffees, the board have well and truly dipped their hands in their pockets, and thanks to them, we've been able to make a game-changing signing, as we've just spent 86.2 million on Guglielmi Rest. Only 24, 88 overall. He's literally the perfect replacement for Pickford. And we still have over 100 million to spend. But don't you worry, I'm not done yet, because I want to sign Matthias De Ligt from United, 29, 87 rated, 6'2". He's legitimately what we need at the back. So I spent a further 82.2 mil to sign him on a 3-year deal. And now that we've signed both of these players from United, I'm very confident about Season 6. 6. Because this is how the team is lined up this year, guys. And considering this is our first year in the Champions League, we've got to be one of the favourites to win it. Now, trust me when I say I'm not taking any of these teams for granted. I know just how difficult it's going to be. But trust me when I say Season 6 is going to be pretty damn interesting. And it turns out it was interesting, as this time we fall short to the title by just 3 points. Are we ever going to win the Prem with Everton, though? Seriously. I mean, we failed to win the Community Shield and the FA Cup, but we've won the Carabao Cup, so at the very least we've won silverware this year. As for the Champions League, though, we're off to a great start. We are 6th in the league phase. We go straight to the knockouts, where we smashed Napoli 4-1. We've beaten Liverpool in the quarters, but Dortmund beat us in the semis. Come on, how do we beat Liverpool but lose to Dortmund? I mean, looking at how good our team is, that's disgraceful. How do we not obliterate Dortmund? I mean, stats-wise, we've done a cracking job this year. Why is Beto getting 59 games? Why the hell is Ekitike not playing? He's legit played 2 games this year. Nah, Beto, you're having a laugh. But despite all the bad, there is some good news. Because we made it to the semis in the Champions League, we are finally allowed to sign Chelsea players and Real Madrid players. And that means if the board back us next year like they have this season, we are going for it with this Toffees team. I'm going all out to try and make them the best team in the world next season. And guys, Season 7 has arrived with our highest budget yet, just shy of $250 million. But guys, I've accidentally messed up. We have our starting 11 players, we have our subs bench players, and that's it. We've got absolutely no reserves. Yeah, I told you I messed up. So whilst I'd love to blow all of my money on a player like Jude Bellingham, it really doesn't make sense to, given the circumstances. Now guys, I've looked through Madrid's team, and there is something really funny about it. As you can see, their attack is absolutely stacked. For the most part, so is their midfield too. As for the defence, you could argue it's a little shaky, but I think their weakest part's their keeper role, because they literally don't have a single goalkeeper. I mean, how is that even possible? Honestly, Real Madrid's recruitment is beyond shocking. However, I've been through both Chelsea and Real Madrid's teams, and I know exactly who I'm going to add to this already incredible team. The first player being a certain Cold Palmer, who I spent a whopping $110.6 million on. I mean, he's 28, 89 overall, and in my opinion, one of the best players in the Premier League right now. There's also Moussa Diaby, 30 years old, 84 rated. He's got great stats as well and will definitely do a job as a backup winger. And finally from Madrid, Ben White, 32, 85 rated, and as you can see from his stats, can do a job as a right back or as a centre back. And there we go, for 72.8 million combined, we signed both of these players on 3-year deals. And as you can see now, guys, our bench is actually unbelievably strong at this point. And so is the team now, to be fair. I'd actually argue we've got the world's best at this point. So maybe Jose will be lifting yet another Champions League at the end of Season 7. Unfortunately, he won't be lifting the Premier League title though, as we lose out again, this time to City by 7 points. Honestly, what do we have to do to win this title? We still haven't won the FA Cup, and we didn't win the Carabao Cup either this time. God, I hope we've done better in Europe. And thankfully, we have, as we finished 3rd in the league phase. How have Real Madrid finished above us without any keepers, by the way? But it doesn't matter, because we smashed Bayern in the round of 16. We've beaten AC Milan, and we've beaten Jose Mourinho's former club Chelsea. We're playing PSG in the final. It's about time though, really. If we didn't do it this year, I really do not know what more we'd have needed to do to get to this point. And it has to be said, the team that PSG are rocking aren't exactly amazing. That midfield trio is really weak. However, we've got bigger problems, guys. Look at our stats come the end of this year. We've absolutely tanked it, haven't we? We really haven't scored much. I mean, Beto, again, still getting more game time than Ekitike. What is going on with that, by the way? But it doesn't matter, because he's going to get game time now, as this is the team facing PSG in the final. Granted, Akatoglu is injured, but we do have Moussa Diaby that can take his place, and he's more than good enough to do that. The thing is, though, I'm looking at this team, and there's only one OG Everton player in it, and that's Jared Branthwaite. Which means whether Moisey ends up taking this job, Jose Mourinho does, or the Raties going Guardiola, they've got their work cut out for them. But Jose Mourinho's job right now might be coming to an end, as all we've got to do is beat PSG to make Everton the world's best club. Here we go, guys. The final is on. Time to get Mourinho yet another Champions League trophy. Matthias Schuler on the ball. Okay, this is nice. Palmer, I see that return ball to Schuler. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Okay, we've got the ball with Schuler now. Can we go back post? Ekitike! can't get his head on it. Falls to Diaby there. We've got Palmer. Okay, we know he's got a good left foot on him, but we can't get it on it. Here come PSG once again, though. Cucurella, good defending. We've got Schürrle on the ball now. Oh, that's a lovely little ball roll. He's actually bodied Alphonso Davies. He skipped past his slide tackle. Can we get a shot? Oh, my God. Ekitike, come on. You got to be there for the rebound. I've got a feeling it's going to be one of them games. No matter what we do, we can't score. But as soon as PSG get 1 inch in our area, they're going to score. Here we come again. Schürrle. Okay, I'm waiting for a run. I don't care who makes it. I'm waiting for a run. Diaby, I'm literally... Oh, my God, you're useless, you. Agutoglu would have made that run. Here comes Palmer there. I tell you what, let's have a shot from bloody hell, PSG. Let me at least have a shot. Bove on the left-hand side of the pitch. I see that run to Palmer. Palmer, he's got a chance to see it. That is actually shocking. Oh, my God. Did we buy Timu Cole Palmer or something? Because that is not like him. PSG on the front foot now. Cucurella's there. Good lad. Second half now, and we're still somehow 0-0. How neither one of us have scored a goal yet in this game is beyond me. But I'm hoping the first team to score definitely isn't PSG as they get an opportunity. Good save. Dembele is on the ball now, though. Cucurella's been taken care of, but that is a ball that is intercepted by Bove. Fratesi on the right-hand side of the pitch. Now he's going to be looking for a cross. We can't let them get there. Good defending again. I feel like it's squeaky bum time already, and it's not even the 60-minute mark. Here comes Bradley Barcola. Look at that. Delict. Take a bow, lad. Eduardo Bove on the ball now. He's looking for something, but he's not going to find anything. Ekitike offside. Honestly, he's done nothing in this game so far. I'm beginning to see why Beto got game time over him. Here's Diaby on the ball now. Okay, we need to make something of this. Diaby, that's really tidy footwork, to be fair. Cole Palmer. Okay, let's see if we can freaking let me have a shot at least. I'm genuinely getting irritated, man. I can't do anything against PSG. Eduardo Bove on the ball. Okay, Cole Palmer. Can we get a bit of room? No, we can't. We just run it into a defender. What am I doing? Honestly, I'm on edge here because PSG, every time they go forward, I feel like they're going to score. Here come PSG, though. Oh, they've done really well. The ball's over. Defense is out of position, but thankfully he was offside. I'll be real. This has got extra time penalties written all freaking over it. Ekitike, though. Oh, I put the ball through freaking 2. We do have an opportunity, though. Diaby. Oh, my God. Okay, Ekitike, you are not missing this. Surely, from there, he has won us the game. Ekitike, in the 89th minute, has made Everton the best team in the world. Oh, my God. Team press in their end of the pitch. They did not expect it. Cole Palmer dispossessed one of their players. Ekitike on the end of a sweaty goal, but I do not give a rat's arsehole. We have made Everton the world's best team. As long as we can defend it, I swear, if we concede now, I'm going to go absolutely mental. 2 minutes have gone, ref. Blow that goddamn whistle. Referee, it is now 3 minutes. Thank the Lord for that. Oh my God, I've never been relieved more than I am now to hear that final whistle go in the UCL final. But that's it, guys. We've made Everton Champions League winners, only signing players from former clubs that Mourinho's personally managed. And in the end, only one of the players in the starting 11 for the final was an Everton player, so make of that what you will. But ironically, that Everton player in the final lifts the Champions League to solidify Everton as the world's best club. Which means our job with Mourinho is done. If you have enjoyed this video, want to see more content like it, drop it a big old thumbs up, get this video to 1.5 thousand likes, and smash that subscribe button if you're new as well. And if you want to watch another video of mine right now, YouTube recommends you watch this one.